Hey there guys, aarava here, bringing you official coverage of Formula PlayStation League run by myself. Today we've got round 8 of Formula PlayStation at the British Grand Prix. The Silverstone circuit will be going around it 26 times. It's an 18-turn circuit, very tricky indeed. The tyre options are the softs, the hard, the inters and the wets, but it looks like to be a dry qualifying and race, so we should only be using the softs, and the hards can be very tricky as there's a massive gap between the two compounds. Yet again this week, graphics provided by Rimsey, great work again for all those standings, etc, etc. Great work from him. It should be close in qualifying, so let's get into the qualifying report. So this is our qualifying shaped up. We've got Hyperdix on pole for round 8 of Formula PlayStation on the hard tyre with a 130.807. In second place, got Mini Shares again on the hard tyres, only 8 tenths behind. Very close indeed. Neek in third place, Boss 996 in fourth. Anton the Beast HD doing a brilliant job to get into fifth place on the soft tyre, his best qualifying yet of the league. Myself in sixth place, Owen in seventh, Cal HD in 8th, all three of us setting the time on the hard tyres. 9th place is Chaz B, 10th place Ricky Muse, JYY in 11th, Tom 97 Feinstrat had a no qualifying penalty from last week, so he did not set a time, and Little Paul disconnected and had to reconnect, so he did not set a time. So qualifying very hard. We've got some different strategies going on with the top 2 going on hards and the middle pack 3 going on hard tyres, so it should be interesting. So now I'm going to take you to Ryan LA3, my good friend, to take you through the qualifying comparison.
Welcome to today's qualifying comparison here at Silverstone for round 8 of the Formula PlayStation League. We've got Aarava and Cal HD providing us a lap here today, as we're going to be going into turn 1, Abbey Corner, flat through here. Cal's taken in 6th gear while Aarava stayed in 7th and drops to 6th for the second part, coming to the arena section now, as they both will take a beautiful line hitting the apex nicely. But at the loop corner, Aarava takes a tighter line while Cal takes an aggressive line which will hinder his exit speed, coming on to the Wellington straight now. Deploying half their curves as they'll be reaching over 300 kilometers an hour, braking for this left-hander. And as you can see, Aarava is slightly ahead on Cal by about 2 tenths of a second. As we're going to resume the clip here, Aarava is just taking a tight line, cutting a bit of the apex, but we'll let him off there. And into Luffield now. Cal's taking an aggressive line which will hinder his exit speed once again, while Aarava is just showing you how to take a beautiful exit out of that corner. Onto the old main straight now towards the old turn 1 of Cops Corner. Here, it looks like they're still side by side here, as they take both of them a brilliant line through there. As they're going to be going up now, up the gears to 7th gear towards Magnus and Beckett. As they're going to take this now flat first part, second section drop it down to 5th, and then down to 3rd. But I think Aarava's taking a slightly more steering angle as Cal gets a brilliant exit, and that's going to help him as we're going to stop the clip here, and Cal is ahead now, but of Aarava by about a 10th of a second. As they're going to be starting the final sector now, coming towards Stowe Corner here, as they're going to break down to 4th gear, then down to 3rd. Aarava staying in 4th and takes a nice line, but has a bad exit. Is that going to hinder him as they're still side by side as they're coming towards Vettel Corner? Cal being aggressive on the curbs there. Aarava's gone a bit wide, coming towards Club Corner. Who's going to beat the pair of them here? As you can see, Cal's lost it, and Aarava takes a nice line and gets a 132.4. We're now going now to the track for an exciting race for round number 8 of the Formula PlayStation League.
So here we are, round 8 of Formula PlayStation at Silverstone, the British Grand Prix, and pretty much all of the grid apart from 2 are hoping to win their home Grand Prix. So we've got Hyperdix on pole with those hard tyres, brilliant job done there for the front 2 lockout on the hard tyres. Got Neek here on the soft tyre, myself on the hards in that mid-pack 3 that were on the hard tyres. We've got views from myself, Cal HD1, Boss 996 and Anton the Beast HD, Tom 97 Feinstrat, and No Fear Sam and Owen. So we've got 7 POVs. Here we go, 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix, round 8 for PlayStation, and we're off. And we're using a bit of curse here, admitting an okay start. Anton's had a great start. Minichair's getting pushed wide a bit. Boss is going to try and attack Minichair's now, but he's lost the rear, he's lost it, he's in the gravel. Owen having a brilliant start, overtaking me. He's going to go down the inside, he's going to surely dive down the inside. Bit of contact there, they touch. Cal narrowly misses Anton there as he goes off track to avoid him. Good stuff to see that he avoids him. Anton making a late dive move, pushes me wide, pushes Tom wide. on the edge, and now Tom trying to get back on the track. He's just trying to come back on the track, too eager there, and he spins me out. Cal, a very good start there, not a brilliant start. He managed to avoid Anton, but he was very lucky indeed to stay in 7th place there. And Boss coming back after that gravel trap incident, and so we got a replay. No Fear Sam loses the rear and goes off track, but the same goes for Riggy Muse, so no penalty there, will remove that. So I got spun round there by Tom 97 Fine Strat, and so the steward's decision, Cal HD and Hyperlix ruled that that was a collision, not turn 1 collision, an on-track collision, so that I'm afraid is 2 penalty points. And unfortunately for Tom, I'm sorry to say, that gives him 6 penalty points in all, and that means a race ban for Brazil. Really sorry to say that, Tom, but, you know, unfortunate. We could see from all the views there was nothing else to do apart from give you 2 penalty points. We can't be unfair. We can't change the rules. That would be unfair. So we're going back to Owen's view on lap 1. He's going through the old first corner, and he's taken that a bit wide. He's gone wide there, and we've got Mini Cheddars coming back on the outside of him into Maggots, and they're going to go wheel to wheel, and Mini Cheddars just gets ahead. Owen gives him some space, but he's going to stay with him through Beckett's now. Mini Cheddars going really tight on that apex, and looks like he might have lost it a bit. Anton completely loses it, and Cal managed to overtake him through Beckett, and he's got a nice run onto what is Owen, and I think Mini Cheddars battling. Yes, it is, and looks like Owen's got back ahead of Mini Cheddars, and Chaz is in the mix there. The 2 Force Indies attacking the Mclaren of Owen. Owen's going to take a nice tight line, but he goes a bit wide. Chaz is going to overtake him on the outside, and Mini Cheddars just taps him. And he's round. We can see from the POV, it just looked like Owen went a bit wide there, and maybe his engine got cut, or he at least was going at a slower rate, and Mini Cheddars just completely nailed that corner, and he couldn't really avoid him, so we're going to give Mini Cheddars a reprimand for that. And so we can see now Tom 97 Fine Strat on the back of Anton, the Beast HD, and looks like he's going to try and overtake him. Anton going really wide on the first corner, and Tom's going to swoop round the outside there. Good move from Tom up into 6th place there, and now Owen in 8th place. He's on the hard tyre. He's going to want to dispatch Anton on the 2nd lap. He's got a good run onto this hanger straight, and looks like he should be able to maybe make a move around the outside. Anton's keeping a nice tight line on the inside. Good defending there, but going wheel to wheel, side by side stuff here. Good to see they're keeping it clean though. Owen really on the back of Anton, hustling him and harrying him. And so later back on lap 2, I'm catching up to Boss. Going to use a bit of curves. Going to try and get the slipstream off Boss a tiny bit. Then going to go to the outside. I'm going to surely try and overtake him around the outside. Boss is going to keep the inside line though. Going to try and get the undercut on Boss as I go much tighter on the apex. I'm going to overtake Boss there, but Boss is still there, so I'm going to keep him enough space into this next corner, give him plenty of room. I'm going to go around the outside of him. He's going to give me the room, and I'm going to get the job done down the inside, but Boss is still very much right behind me, so we're going to have to watch out for that. But here on lap 3, Cal is going to be overtaken by Tom. Tom makes a nice diving move down the inside. Cal gives him the room, and Tom's going to try and squeeze him out. Maybe Cal can try and squeeze him out on the exit of this corner, and he's trying to. He's going to give him the room, though. Tom has got DRS. He's going to surely overtake him in the DRS zone with a lot more speed than Cal, and yes, he does. He powers through Tom on the soft tyre, so he's going to want to dispatch Cal as quickly as possible, and yes, he does, going into Brooklands and then Luffield. I think Cal gives him the room there, and Cal can see he's on a different strategy. There's no point fighting him. So up ahead, we caught up to Owen and Anton, who are fighting. Boss makes a nice diving move with exactly the same move Tom made, and it looks like it might work for him, as Boss is going to go around the outside and try to do the same thing as Cal did and squeeze him out, but it's not going to work. Boss gets ahead of me even before the DRS point. And so now we've gone to Owen, and Owen's got the DRS on Anton, the Beast HD. He's going to surely overtake him into Brooklands. Going to be a nice sweeping move, but Anton's still there on the inside. Owen, wheel-to-wheel stuff there. They're out of touch. It's so close. And into Luffield. Looks like Anton's getting squeezed right onto the outside, and Anton understeering a lot there, and Owen's got the move done into 7th place, and now he's being hassled and hurried by Boss 996, his teammate in fact, on lap 3 here. And Boss might look into the whole first corner, but no, he gets plenty of understeer. Anton gets a lot of understeer. That allows me to come down the inside of him. It's going to be close into Beckett. Is Anton going to give me the space? Yes, he does. We just managed to go single file into Maggots and into Beckett now, giving Boss a tiny tap as I gain too much speed on him in the braking zones. Anton's gained a bit on me. I'm going to use the rest of my curves. Boss is still ahead of me, so it's fine. And now we're going to go down the hanger straight. Going to get the slipstream on Boss, and now we're going to look at a replay on Tom. He's going to overtake Chaz, having to go on the grass a tiny bit to overtake Chaz into Beckett, but he gets the move done for 4th place. And so now we're riding here on board with Cal, and Chaz has gone wide, and Cal's going to try and overtake him for 5th place, so he's made the move done, but Chaz is going to defend hard down the inside. He's not going to give Cal an easy overtaking move, and Chaz gets a brilliant undercut. He's going to go down the inside. Cal's going to have to give him the room, and Chaz doing a brilliant job to defend from Cal here, and Chaz is going to try and defend into the first corner. He's a great defending here from Chaz here. Cal trying to overtake him. You saw how easy Tom did it, but looks like Cal's finding it tricky here, and so Cal might have to wait for the DRS zone, as there's the DRS detection point, so Cal should have the DRS wide open onto the next straight. So Cal's lining him up. He's got plenty of curves there to use. He does use a lot of it, and he's going to open the DRS wide open now. It should be an easy move down the inside, as Chaz usually runs a default gear setup, I think. So Cal should have the pace on him going into Brooklands now. Chaz defending very hard indeed down the inside, bringing great defense there from Cal. So now we're coming to lap 4, and I'm trying to overtake Boss. I've got DRS wide open going down into Brooklands, but I just missed my braking point quite badly. I go wide. Boss has gone wide as a result of that, but Boss gets great traction. He's able to keep ahead of me into Luffield as he pushes me wide. And so now we're going to try and go down onto the national pit straight using a tiny touch of curves, and I'm coming back to Cal's POV, and Cal is trying to overtake Chaz, and Chaz going wide again, so it looks like he's having a lot of trouble into that corner, and Cal this time goes down the inside of this corner. He should have the move done. Yes, he does. He squeezes Chaz out, and he should get that move done. Does Chaz get the undercut? No, he doesn't, so Cal is up into 5th place there on the end of lap 4 and goes down to Rich Mix 2. And so going on to the hanger straight, I'm going to use all my curves now. I'm going to try and overtake Boss onto the straight without DRS. Should have the better gearing on him down the hanger straight. And yes, we do. We're ahead of Boss, but Boss is not going to give up and into this next corner. We can now see a replay of, I think this is Tom, and he's going to try and overtake. I think this is Minichair is battling with, I think that's Neek there. So Tom set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far on lap 5. And looks like Neek's just been squeezed out, and he's nearly lost the rear there from Minichair. Minichair's having to get back into 2nd place after that bad start. And now Tom has got the DRS. He's going down the inside. Looks like he's got the move done, but Neek's there. And they touch, and they've gone round. And both of them with DRS. Both of them so sensitive on the rears with their DRSs wide open, and it looks like they've both spun it. They both crashed. Luckily for Tom, it's visual damage only, so he can make it back to the pits without any harm done, so he can carry on. But that was a racing incident. The stewards have decided that Tom could have given him Neek more room, but also Neek could have also maybe waited a bit. So a reprimand for both of them. We're going to give Tom the benefit of the doubt because he's already got 2 penalty points there. So Owen here, he's going to try and overtake Neek. He's trying around the outside, but Neek is not giving up. He's going to defend very hard indeed. Owen is going to want to try and dispatch him as quickly as possible. He's on the hard tyre, so it'll be crucial if he gets ahead of a soft tyre runner here on lap 6 now. And he's coming to the first corner. He should get a nice, really nice run. He's going to cut the apex very nicely. Neek goes wide a bit. It looks like Owen's going to try the move around the outside. Brilliant stuff here. Gets down to the corner. He's going to go to the apex. Just go a bit wide of the apex, but he's going to defend well from Neek and going to go really tight on the next apex into the DRS zone. And he should make that move done. So now we're going to cut to lap 6. And we've got Anton, the B-Station making a pit stop. Looks like he's going to have to change the front wing. Let's look at a replay of why that might be. So on lap 4, he's going to try and overtake Lil Paul, but he just loses the rear under DRS as he's just too eager to turn in with DRS, and he loses front wing there. So that caused the pit stop with the front wing. So now we're coming back to lap 5 and a replay as I'm trying to harry Boss on lap 5. And we're coming to the DRS detection point now. I'm going to try and make a move on Boss, but now Little Paul dives down my inside and spins me. I just managed to catch it, but a silly move from Little Paul there, so he's going to get 2 collision points there, but no harm done for Little Paul. He doesn't have enough to warrant a qualifying ban. So now Boss goes wide on lap 6. We touch! I lose. I just grabbed the rear there. Boss into the gravel, unfortunately. But another incident like Mini Cheddars and Owen and the stewards, Cal 9 Predicts, again voted that it would be a reprimand. We can see a replay from No Fear Sam, and it just looked like Boss got wide. His engine was cut, and I was coming full through flat on that corner, which you do take flat once you get down to these lower fuels, and I just couldn't do anything to avoid him. So reprimand there for both of us. And so Tom, a replay here, he overtakes Neek brilliantly into Beckett's, and that gets the move done. So now we're coming to him on lap 7. He's got the DRS wide open, and he's going to try and overtake Owen. Tom obviously going a full pelt now after that crash with Neek, and he should maybe get Owen into Brooklands, we'll see. And he hits the DRS sign, the solid DRS sign glitch, and he's into the gravel. So unfortunate for Tom. He's had such a shocker of a race there, and he must be fuming at this point. He's just hit the solid DRS sign, which is a real big glitch here, and it means No Fear Sam on the hard tyres now can close up to Tom. Looks like he's going to attack him. Yes, he is. He's got all the curves to use. He's going to try and attack him onto the national pit straight. He's on the inside line. He's going to squeeze Tom and make sure he gets the place before this tight right-hander. And now No Fear Sam nails that apex beautifully there. So now Tom making the pit stop on this very slow pit lane on lap 8. So very early indeed, and maybe 2 laps early for the hard tyre pit stop, but Tom did have some broken front wings, so now he can push really hard now. So he cut to lap 11. Boss is making his pit stop from the soft tyre onto the hard tyre, and so he's down 11th. Maybe we'll get up to 10th place if people make their pit stops. He's right now in front of his teammate, I think, so he should be able to stay ahead of him and maybe get 9th place. We'll have to see later. Lap 13, coming to turn 1. I make a horrible mistake and hit the barrier, just turn way too early. way too early. Just completely missed the point of turning there. And I completely failed into turn 1. And I'm in the gravel now. I'm going to try to get back on the track, but I can see Chaz is nearly coming my way, so I stick on the grass. I lose the rear trying to stick on the grass, but at least I didn't get in Chaz's way there. So now I'm down to 8th place. Dismal race for me, but also, you know, I'm not too fussed because my pace was so bad at Silverstone from all the practice races I was doing, so I'm not too fussed because it would have been a bad race either way. So here we got to lap 13, and Tom has overtaken Nick as Nick went wide there. On lap 14, Tom is on the back of me now, and Tom into turn 1, he cuts the apex very nicely indeed. He's going to get past me even before the DRS detection point. And now we're coming to lap 15. Owen's making his pit stop. He's done a brilliant job here at the British Grand Prix so far on the hard tyres. So now on lap 16, he's going to make his pit stop for the option tyres. The ideal stop to make for those option tyres and go 10 laps on those options and really burn through them and see if he can make any more places up on these options. And now Tom on lap 16, he's on the back of Chaz. And he's just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so he's really lighting up the times here, Tom is. And Chaz loses the rear there, going onto the straight. And Tom's going to open DRS. He's going to use a tiny bit of curve, and surely he's get that move done. Yes, he can. He's going to storm ahead of Chaz with DRS there. So on lap 17, Cal HD in 3rd place. A very boring race for him, although I bet he's not complaining too much because he's got a nice podium and he's going to get good points over me, Tom, and Boss. And so here, Neek has lost connection. Neek's lost connection. It looks like it might have been a rage quit. We'll have to see later on the highlights. And Cal, he's going to go to the end on those options in 3rd place. And yes, this might explain something. So Owen going to the Maggins Beckett's. And they touch. And oh, that was always going to be a tricky situation. There's always going to be a tricky situation. Looks like Neek and Owen both spun out. There was me going past. Looks like Neek just got too angry with himself and Owen and maybe quit. And so the stewards have decided this is going to be a reprimand for both drivers. Owen could have maybe given Neek more space, but also Neek could have broke and maybe gone single file into Maggins and Beckett's. So a reprimand for both drivers. No worries there for Owen. So now No Fear Sam's made his pit stop on lap 18 for the option tyres. So he'll be going to the end. And so on lap 17 onto lap 18, I make my pit stop as well for the soft tyres. Broken front wing there from earlier contact. So I'm going to go to the end there in 9th place right now. So it looks like that might be my finishing position if no one disconnects. We'll have to see. So it's been an okay race for me. My pace was so bad, I'm not too fast. I'm down here really. After all the incidents, I would have been down here anyway because of my shocking pace. So on lap 18, Owen's got the DRS and No Fear Sam going to try and overtake him. They both go wide. No Fear Sam goes horribly wide. Owen managed to keep it on the track, and No Fear Sam is going down the inside. Owen's going around the outside, and No Fear Sam squeezing Owen onto the apex, but it's a fair move there anyway. And so Owen's got the curse now. Surely will overtake him. Yes, he will. He's going to try and squeeze No Fear Sam out, and surely No Fear Sam will have to give up the place there to Owen on this corner. And now Owen taking that corner beautifully there and gets a nice run off onto Maggots. So it looks like Owen's got the move there on No Fear Sam. We'll have to see. No Fear Sam been doing very well here. And look, he's going down the inside, and they touch, bang wheels again. They go wide there. No Fear Sam really gaining on Owen in Beckett's, and they bang wheels. And it was unfortunate, but you know, they stay in the same positions. No Fear Sam makes sure that Owen stays ahead. So now we're coming to lap 20, and No Fear Sam still battling with Owen. It's a great battle now. No Fear Sam's going to dive down the inside. He's going to get to the apex first, lose the rear a tiny bit, but he's going to hold 6th place here. And so Owen, I don't think he has DRS. I don't think so. On lap 24, No Fear Sam is really storming on these option tyres, and he overtakes Chaz B. And so he's up into 5th place. A great drive for No Fear Sam here at the very end, storming away on those options. So Cal HD finishes the race in 3rd place. Good podium for him. And so Tom, 975 comes in 4th place. Good race for him after the beginning laps. No Fear Sam, brilliant drive for him in 5th place here. And Owen in 7th place. Another good drive, good fight from him. Unfortunate on that last bit of the track where No Fear Sam overtook him. And so Boss 996 is going to come home in 9th place, and he's a lap down here. And Anton the Beast HD coming home in 10th place, a lap down. And me finally, not a lap down, but I'm going to come home in last here in 8th place. An okay race there. So here are the results of round 8 of Formula PlayStation. Hyperdix brilliantly wins the race with a dominating race there. Minicher's not too far behind though with 3.9. He did well to get that gap closed down after a bad start from him. Cal HD, a brilliant podium for him in 3rd place. Tom, after the non-qualifying ban for this race, he made a great work getting into 4th place. No Fear Sam, a brilliant debut to the league, replacing Mickey Motions here. He's in the Sauber, but technically he should be in Russia. But he's in 5th place. He's done a great drive there for 5th place. Chaz B in 6th place. Brilliant good job for him. His best finish in the league so far, so well done to you. Owen in 7th place. Good job there. Got kind of mugged off at the end there by No Fear Sam, but another great race for him. Myself in 8th place. I'm not too disappointed by that. My pace was so shocking anyway. Probably would have been down there anyway. Boss 996 in 9th place, and Anton the Beast HD rounds out the points in 10th place. Ricky Muse in 11th place, Little Paul did not finish, and Nick did not finish. So it was a very good race. Some incidents at the beginning. It's definitely been the worst race in terms of the turn 1 and turn 2 and turn 3 for Formula PlayStation. But if this is the worst one, then I can say I'm pretty happy with how the league's gone. And so now we're looking at the standings for the championship. Hyperlix leads the way with 144 points. Mini Cheddars with 133 points. Tom 97 Feinstrat in 114 points. Cal HD in 4th place with 109. Myself in 72 points in 5th place. Boss in 6th place. Little Paul in 7th. Owen moves up into 8th place with 29 points off that good finish there. So some really close stuff. It's still going to be a battle between Hyperlix and Mini Cheddars for those last 2 races. It's going to be very close indeed for that championship win. So looking on to the second half of the field, Neek in 9th place, he goes down after Owen overtakes him. Snoop Mark didn't turn up to the race, but he still stays in a nice 10th place here. Chaz B in 11th place moves up. Riggy Muse and ESC Racing, No Fear Sam and Anton the Beast HD all move down after Chaz's brilliant drive there. And so Riggy Muse in 12th, ESC Racing in 13th, No Fear Sam in 14th, Anton the Beast HD in 15th, JYY in 16th place. So it's all looking very close in the Drivers' Championship. It's all looking very close indeed, and that means the Constructors are also looking pretty close. I think Force India still have a chance maybe, but Caterham are looking very strong indeed with 163 points up there. Force India in 2nd, Lotus in 3rd, Mercedes AMG in 4th, Ferrari in 5th, Red Bull in 6th, Marussia in 7th, and McLaren in 8th. That battle at the bottom with Marussia and McLaren is also getting very close indeed. So it's quite good. We've got a battle at the front, but battle in the end, and also a battle in the middle with Lotus and Mercedes and Ferrari and Red Bull. So it's all looking very good indeed for the championship. We've got 2 more rounds for Formula PlayStation, and hopefully those can stay as clean as it has for the rest of the season. So the next race will be Brazil, round 9. It's going to be a very interesting race. Strategy is going to be key there. Some people might 2-stop, some people might 1-stop. So it's going to be very interesting. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. If you did, comment below, subscribe to you for weekly F1. I've been aarava. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. And hope you've been enjoying the coverage of Formula PlayStation so far.